In the last video, we learned what the modulus function was, and we saw how we could sketch a graph of y equals the modulus of f of x. In this video, we're going to look at how to sketch a graph of y equals f of the modulus of x. Let's take a look at how it's done. All right, so we know that if we've got the modulus of f of x, it takes a function, whatever it is, like this, and it's going to leave all of the positive stuff alone, but it's going to take all of the stuff below the y-axis and just kind of bounce it up here like that. Well, y equals f of modulus of x is actually quite different. Here's how it works. Let's say we've got a function, and the function I'm going to draw is this parabola. Now, okay, let's think carefully through the logic. If x is positive, it gets left alone. So for example, let's say that, this point here, let's say this is the point 3, 1. What that means is, if you put 3 into the function, you get 1 as your output. Now, if we put 3 into this function here, well, 3 is positive, so it's going to get left alone. In fact, if x is any positive value, it gets left alone. So in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to leave the entire right-hand side of the graph as it is. So, and just to be crystal clear, this is y equals f of x, and we're going to try to sketch y equals f of mod x. So whenever x is positive, f of mod x is the same as f of x. Okay, that's not true here, because here we actually sub x into the function. If we get a negative result, we have to change it. In this one, if x is positive, well, we just get f of x. So this graph is going to look entirely unchanged on the right-hand side. Okay, so all of that will look the same. What about on the left-hand side? Well, let's say I wanted to work out what f of mod minus 3 was. That is, if I sub minus 3 into this function. Well, if I sub minus 3 into this function, the first thing that happens is the minus 3 gets turned into a 3, and we end up just copying what the result was from f of 3. Now, I know that when x was 3, y equals 1, which means when I sub in minus 3, I now need to get 1. Essentially, we just copy the right-hand side. So what's happening here is that the left-hand side is entirely erased, and we get a perfect mirror image with the y-axis as your line of reflection of the right-hand side copied over onto the left-hand side. And the reason is, if you sub in any negative x value into this function, it immediately makes it positive and just copies whatever it was on the right-hand side, and that's what gets plotted. Okay, so mod f of x is about making anything that was negative in the y direction positive, so it's just pushing everything up and making it positive. F of mod x, delete the left-hand side, fold over the right-hand side and copy it over. So they're quite different. Let's have a look at some examples. So could we sketch y equals 2 mod x plus 4? Now, let's think about where that's come from. Imagine that f of x was 2x plus 4. Well, f of mod x means we're just going to go through here replacing every x with mod x, which means that 2 mod x plus 4 is just an f of mod x transformation of 2x plus 4. So 2x plus 4, we know what that looks like. We did that in the previous video as well. It's just a straight line with a gradient 2 and a y-intercept of 4. So what do we need to do? We need to leave the right-hand side exactly where it is. So that's just a straight line, gradient 2, y-intercept 4. So we just leave that alone like this. And we forget about the left-hand side and we copy this right-hand side over onto the left-hand side to get this. Okay, so, and we should put in our coordinates. Obviously, we can see that that point there is 0, 4. Okay, so slightly unusual process, but we'll do a few more examples. Can we sketch e to the mod x minus 2? Well, okay, let's be really, really careful again. Suppose that let's just start, in fact, with e to the x. What does e to the x look like? So you see how we're building things up like we did in the previous video. E to the x is our exponential curve, which looks like this. E to the x minus 2, again, we did this in the last video. That's just this graph, but shifted down by 2 units. So it's this whole thing, but shifted down by 2 units. And we saw in the last video as well that this point here is has a y value of -1, and the x value here is ln 2. Okay, so if f of x was e to the x minus 2, well, f of mod x is e to the mod x minus 2. So we need to use our f of mod x logic here to sketch this, which means take this graph, keep the right-hand side exactly the same, which is just the kind of steep part of the exponential like this, and then copy that over onto the left-hand side. And we just get this. Okay, it's not the best mirror image, but you get the idea. Now, there's not a smooth curve at the bottom. That's actually a sharp point because it's heading up here. It's heading up there as well. This point is x equals 0, y equals -1. This point here is x is ln 2, y is 0, which means the point over here is x equals minus ln 2, y equals 0. And there's our graph of e to the mod x minus 2. Finally, let's look at our graph of y equals f of x. We don't know what the function is. We just got all of the information about some interesting points. Can we sketch y equals f of mod x here? So we know this by now. We leave the right-hand side exactly as it is. So all of this stuff remains totally the same. And all of that just gets copied over here. So just total copy like this. So f of mod x is always symmetrical with the y-axis as a line of symmetry. So this point here, this little vertex, still has 0, -2 as its coordinate. The turning point here hasn't changed. It's 2, -3, and this root here is 5, 0. But then a bunch of stuff gets copied over. So this turning point here gets copied over here. It's exactly the same, but the x-coordinate is negative. And this root here, well, it was just copied from the right-hand side, so that's just -5, 0. Okay, I hope that's been a useful look at how to sketch graphs of y equals f of mod x. In the next few videos, we're going to explore solving equations and inequalities involving the modulus function. So I'll see you there.